A New Treatment, read to you by Carol Brigham. Some diseases spread from person to person through viruses or bacteria. Some diseases are genetic. These genetic diseases come from problems or changes in people's DNA before they are even born. Genetic diseases can be hard to treat and harder to cure. One of these genetic diseases is sickle cell disease. On Friday, December 8, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, approved 2 new gene therapies for sickle cell disease. One of these new therapies uses technology to change DNA. It is the first treatment the FDA has approved that uses this technology. What is sickle cell disease? Each person has 2 sets of genes. One set comes from each parent. When both parents have the sickle cell mutation in their DNA, they can pass the mutation on to their children. Children with 2 sickle cell gene mutations are born with sickle cell disease. Sickle cell disease is a disease in a person's blood. Each person's blood is made up of red blood cells, white blood cells, plasma, and platelets. The red blood cells have hemoglobin in them. Hemoglobin takes oxygen from the lungs to the rest of the body. Then hemoglobin takes carbon dioxide from the rest of the body back to the lungs. Red blood cells are usually round and flexible, so they move easily in the body. When someone has sickle cell disease, hemoglobin does not work correctly. The red blood cells change shape. They become sickle-shaped or shaped like a C. They also become sticky and hard. The sickle cells stick together and slow down a person's blood. Symptoms of sickle cell disease. People with sickle cell disease can start having symptoms as early as 6 months old. Each person's symptoms can be different. The most common symptoms are anemia, pain, swollen feet and hands, infections, and vision problems. Babies and children grow slower than normal. Other problems. People with sickle cell disease may also have other health problems. They may have strokes, lung problems, gallstones, leg ulcers, and kidney, liver, and spleen damage. They may also get blood clots. People with sickle cell disease may also have problems in pregnancy. Who is affected? Over 20 million people across the world have sickle cell disease. More than 100,000 of them live in the United States. Most of these people are Black or African American. About 1 in 13 African American babies are born with 1 sickle cell gene. About 1 in 365 African American babies are born with sickle cell disease. Some people from Hispanic, Southern European, Middle Eastern, and Asian Indian backgrounds also have sickle cell disease. Treatments. Most of the treatments for sickle cell disease reduce symptoms but do not cure the disease. Medicines help to get rid of pain and help the red blood cells make more hemoglobin. Blood transfusions help stop strokes and other problems, but they can cause infections or too much iron in a person's body. A bone marrow transplant is one treatment that can help cure sickle cell disease. For the transplant, the person must find another person to donate bone marrow. Doctors kill the sick person's bone marrow with chemotherapy. Then they put the new healthy bone marrow into the person with sickle cell disease. These healthy cells tell the body to make more healthy cells. But bone marrow transplants are mostly for people under 18 years old. They also don't fix the sickle cell gene. Gene therapy. The new gene therapies that the FDA approved in December are different. These treatments change the sick person's cells. The first therapy is called Casgevy. Doctors remove stem cells from a person with sickle cell disease. Then they use a tool that changes the DNA in the cells. Then doctors do a bone marrow transplant using the patient's own changed cells. The FDA approved this therapy for people 12 years and older. The other therapy is called Lyfgenia. Doctors put the changed DNA into a virus. Then that virus is put into the patient's cells with a transfusion. The changed DNA in the virus tells the body to make healthy cells. Both treatments are very expensive and take a lot of time. Right now, it costs around $2 million per patient. But both trials have been very successful. There have been very few problems with the treatments. Some of the people who have received them say they are finally living a normal life. Doctors say it will be very important to keep testing the treatments. They want to know if there are any long-term problems with the treatments. They hope that these treatments may be used for other genetic diseases in the future. Thank you for choosing Easy English News. For more information about our digital or paper copies, or to subscribe, visit our website, easyenglishnews.com.